Hello, everybody, and welcome back to After Hours with Lana, episode 3. That's crazy. I feel like I just started this podcast, and I can't believe there's about to be 3 episodes now. It's kind of crazy. But once again, thank you so much to all of you for always tuning in and for sharing even the little clips on Instagram and with your friends and family as well. We got a comment, I believe, last week, and someone talked about how the podcast made them feel very comfortable and like they were in a safe space, and that truly made my heart so happy. So I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you for honestly tuning in. If you're on Spotify, it really helps me out. If you rate the podcast as well, it just helps push out our show out there as well. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to each and every single one of you guys who continues to show up every single week. And once again, when I asked for any possible topic ideas, I just want to say thank you to each and every single one who actually sent out an idea, and I'm very glad that there's that much interest in what I have to talk about, which is crazy. So I really appreciate it. Today's outfit is, I just wanted to be a bit more comfy today because the topic today, as you can probably see from the title, is a bit more casual, a bit more laid back. And I mean, most of the topics are. I've just had a very busy week and I have so many ideas and topics that I want to talk about for this podcast, but there's a lot of them that I'm kind of just, I have them planned out, but I'm kind of saving them. I felt like this topic was something I kind of wanted to talk about more casually, or laid back. So yeah, so this is actually from one of my friends, but I believe it's from Simon's. It's kind of like this bolero type of thing. My tube top is from Aritzia, and I just wanted to wear like some simple like flared yoga pants, and these are from Offline. Yeah, today's topic is some habits from 2025 that I'm taking with me to 2026. And for me, I feel like this topic is very comfortable, which I absolutely love. It's just a bit more laid back. To me, I used to watch a lot of these type of podcasts and videos, and honestly, I just sit back on like a self-care night and listen to other people's habits because it's nice to kind of learn from them as well. Especially if there are certain habits that you want to adopt. It's nice to hear people talk about them and how they approach them so that you can possibly apply it to your life. So I think that's really nice to be able to kind of listen to that. It's just like you're talking to a friend getting advice. But without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. For me, last year was a year of transformation, honestly. And I feel like a lot of people have mentioned 2025 being such a transformative year for them as well. And I'm very happy to see how much people have grown in 2025. And for me, I felt like I grew a lot just when it comes to myself and my self-care and making sure that I prioritize it even more. And so most of the habits I adopted in 2025 has to do with some form of self-care and it was a really nice year for me to just learn about some of my habits that I kind of needed to work on a little bit. So 2025 is a year that truly transformed who I am as a person, and it opened up a lot of doors for me as well, and I'm very grateful for it. And I feel like this is a good topic to kind of touch base on now, especially since it is the year pretty much. Yeah, it's almost the end of January actually. It's going by pretty quick. I remember last year, I don't know if you guys felt like January last year was so long, like that month, January 2025 felt like 3 months in total, but this month has been going by. And sorry, my dog is in front of me and he just like froze and it freaked me out. Like, do you guys ever have that with your dogs where like they just, oh, there he is, everyone. He's going on the couch. Okay. Oh, he's staring at me. If you guys have dogs and you kind of freak out when they're kind of more stiff or they're not moving, like that's literally my biggest fear. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that, but I love my dogs. I have 2 of them. I have a Maltese poodle named Hero, and I have a Labrador, Great Pyrenees, and his name is Zuko, after the character from the Avatar Last Airbender, which is one of my favorite shows. So something I kind of began doing last year was I became pescatarian, and that's something I can honestly go on and on and on and on about, but it was just a conscious choice. It wasn't more of like, it wasn't really about dietary restrictions or anything like that. For me, it was just, I watched a TikTok of this cow being treated not well. I don't know how to go about it, but it made me sad and it made me feel a different type of way. And in no way am I guilt tripping anyone who eats meat. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. It's more so of just like a personal choice for myself. It made me sad. It made me guilty. So it just pushed me into this choice of becoming pescatarian. And the reason I didn't want to become straight vegetarian was because I felt like being pescatarian was already a big change, and I didn't want to 100% lose meat. And at one point, I do want to be vegetarian, but I kind of wanted to gradually pace it. The reason I'm talking about that is because last year, from becoming pescatarian in the middle of the year, I learned to honestly eat better. It helped me out so much because I was more conscious of what I was eating and what I was putting in my body since I was trying to take out meat. I'm not a great cook at all, to be honest. So I had to get really creative. And a part of getting creative was honestly adding more healthier choices. And it just happened. And of course, I had to start eating more vegetables since I can only really eat seafood. Beginning to eat vegetables and all that really helped me out in making more healthier food choices. And as I kind of kept going, it literally made me disciplined with watching what I put in my body. And it's weird. I grew up like not really drinking pop, and that was just because my dad, that who I lived with growing up, he didn't really normalize pop in the house, and I never really had it around me as well. So I kind of just like related to that. Whereas when I just started eating healthy, it became so normal that like it was weird and foreign to be eating junk food and think that, because I used to be a girl that would literally sit on the couch or sit in my room and I could eat a whole bag of Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar because those are my favorite chips, and I absolutely love chips. All of a sudden it's like I would have a couple chips and I would feel really gross. I've been making little notes for each episode because it's just helping me plan out. I really have it like little key points and stuff in case I forget. And relating to eating well is going to the gym or some type of movement every single day as much as I can, whether that's just going for a walk. I mean, I have 2 dogs, like I said, so it's important to be walking them For me, it was just getting up every single day and going straight to the gym. It made me feel so good about my body. It was also because, honestly, like working out at the gym is not easy. Like you get through a set and it's a lot of work. And so being able to do that, it like sets you up so well to feel like you can literally tackle anything throughout your day. So that's helped me out a lot. And then I was also playing volleyball a little bit as well. So my week would literally be like 4 days of going to the gym plus 1 day of playing volleyball. And then those 4 days, I'm usually just lifting and then on a quick walk as well with my dogs. And then I would dedicate 1 day to do hot yoga, some type of movement, because it really helps you out when it comes to tackling your day and feeling more positive about your body. And for me, I think in 2025, I finally approached the gym in a more healthier way mentally. I used to go to the gym because I was like, I want to change this part of my body and this part of my body, and there isn't anything wrong with wanting to do that. But I think last year I finally learned to really like and love my body for what it is, and realizing that my body is a certain way and there's completely nothing wrong with it. However, I do have some goals, and I want to just try my best to show up to see how I can reach those goals. But at the end of the day, I love my body for what it is. Once again, this relates to eating well and going to the gym. Is sleeping well. It is so important. And for me, I don't know if a lot of people notice this, but for me, when I am not getting enough sleep, you can tell because I'm so cranky during the day. And I think I'm really good at kind of just being optimistic throughout the day. So a lot of people probably don't notice that. But there are some days where I'm cranky, and that the one reason is probably because I did not get enough sleep. So For me, it's about honestly sleeping really early and waking up early and making sure I get good quality sleep as well is super duper important. And a part of getting quality sleep is making sure you don't go on your phone, honestly, like 10 minutes before, at least to start. But I've been trying like an hour before I go to bed to not be going on social media. It just helps you kind of turn off your brain so that you actually get good quality sleep and just being more disciplined with it as well, and making sure that you're showing up for yourself in that way and knowing when you need to go home so that you can get an adequate amount of sleep is so important. And for me, I'm still not 100% on this. It's a work in progress, but I'm getting so much better. And I've noticed the big difference when I prioritize my sleep and rest. I'm able to honestly show up so much more every single day. Being out in nature, if you can, every day is really nice. Obviously, that's not something that can happen all the time. So, at least once a week. For me, it was honestly taking my dogs on a walk, and there's a nice trail for dogs that I usually take both of my dogs to. And something about it was just so calming and soothing, and it made me reset my brain a lot as well, especially at times where I would feel overwhelmed or have a bit of anxiety going on that week. It was nice to just at least, if I can, go once a week to like a forest area and just go on a good walk. It really helped me out to just feel more relaxed and to just kind of reset. Here where I am, it's freezing. It is so cold outside. So there are times, honestly, where it's not possible, but it's so nice to just be around nature. And it's just calming and it's peaceful. And that's something I for sure am trying to do more, especially as it gets warmer where I am. Doing things despite my mood. And of course, sometimes there is times where I do really just need to rest and I need to cancel or I need to not show up because I do need to rest. But there were also times when I was finally being accountable where I realized I probably could have showed up a bit better at this time or day. And I probably could have just went despite my mood. And it just has to do with discipline. I feel like it's very correlated when you're really disciplined with yourself, when you show up when you say you're going to. And of course, this is a topic I do want to talk about more. I want to dedicate a whole episode to this. But for now, I want to say that this is something I want to bring into 2026 for sure. And something I was working on heavily in 2025 is that if you are saying that you want to show up for something, then you show up despite your mood. And there are times exactly where I don't want to go to the gym, but I go beyond that mood and that feeling of not wanting to go to the gym, and I push past that and I go to the gym and I feel really good afterwards. I have never regretted a day where I went to the gym. I don't think there was ever a day where I was like, I wish I didn't work out that day. I've never had that, not unless I'm really, really sick. But other than that, like I've never regretted that. So that's what I mean. It's like you need to push past your mood sometimes to be able to show up to things. And I'm more intentional as well with what I set out to do and what I say I'm going to do because I know I'm going to show up for it, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to just blindly say I'm going to show up to this plan if I don't have the intention of showing up at all, because I became the person who shows up for what they speak about. I've been trying to practice what I preach. It's a promise I'm trying to keep to myself that despite my mood, I'm going to show up. It just helped me out become more intentional with what I commit to. Journaling every single night as much as I can. And once again, this is not always perfect for me, but if you're having trouble with this, you can honestly even go on your phone and like journal, like just bullet points. And for me, I've been trying to just journal my thoughts every single night because I have so much of it throughout the day. Like there's a lot going on in this brain. So it's nice to have a little bit of an outlet and to be able to get out my thoughts, especially if there's ever any negative thoughts. It's really nice to just write it down and just reflect on your day and reflect on how you feel and what you're thinking. Another part of that is also meditating. For me, I just honestly put on like a nighttime meditation before I go to bed, and it helps me relax. It helps me be present in that moment, and it helps me turn off my thoughts as well. And so I think that goes hand in hand with journaling. And for me, that has helped my quality of sleep so much. And I notice my sleep is not the same when I don't journal or I don't meditate. And there are times where I'm honestly so tired. I'll be out with some friends and I get home and I'm like, I'm too tired to journal. And even if I get like a good amount of sleep, if I don't journal or meditate before bed, it really messes with my sleep. To add on to meditation, I think in the morning as well, meditating is really, really nice. When you wake up, I used to honestly go on my phone right away and just look at emails right away and look at social media right away, look at text messages. And it honestly, your brain is just waking up, and right away I'm putting in so many things and so much information into my brain. It's not good because it sets my day up for literally this adrenaline rush of needing to be on the go right away. And so when you take the time to wake up, it's so nice to be able to set yourself up in a positive note that when I wake up and I actually write down at least like two things I'm grateful for and I do a little morning meditation, whatever happens in my day, it may be negative or anything, it doesn't seem as tough, if that makes sense. And I don't know 100% the science behind that, but for some reason, I just am able to show up better throughout the day. I'm able to show up more optimistically. Is that a word? Optimistically? I think so. But I'm able to be more optimistic throughout my day and just able to ride through the highs and lows of the day when I'm starting the day off with some gratitude and a bit of meditation. With that as well, when you are able to have that kind of optimistic mindset, there's just no room for negative thoughts. What I realize is honestly everything that's happening to me is actually happening for me. And I've been really good at saying that in my head when I feel like things are going against me. Sometimes, honestly, something is going to happen right in front of me, something is going to happen to me, or something is happening to a friend. And sometimes I can kind of take it very personal. However, I have been more conscious and more present to honestly step back and repeat that phrase in my head that whatever is happening to me is actually happening for me. And it just allows me to step away and taking back my power. It just allows me to let go of control of things the way I think they should be in my head. It really just helps out and it helps me out to just be more resilient as well and to just take things as they are and to not be so controlling of what's happening. It has been proven in my life so many times, and maybe I can literally do a whole episode on this. Anything that's happened to me has literally happened for me. And I live by that statement. I will literally have that on my grave. Like, everything that's happened to me has been for me. There has been no other way my life should have been at all. It's meant to be this way, and everything that's happened to me is literally for me. I think that life can just throw at us. It's allowed me to be able to get through that more with a positive mindset. It's allowed me to not take things so personally as well. It's allowed me to just keep on moving forward when things get tough. And last but not least, manifesting. And I know there's so many videos of this on TikTok. I don't know if you guys see this, but it's literally my FYP. It's just people manifesting left and right. And I used to honestly judge it and be like, what is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But the power of manifesting is insane. And this is another episode, whereas I want to go over how I manifest and how it's showed up and how it's helped me out in my life. But just to keep it once again very short for this specific episode, manifesting has literally changed my life. When I manifest, it literally allows me to see more doors and opportunities on how I can truly invite what I manifested into my life. I've always been a type of person that's, if you're gonna close a door on me, I'm gonna go look for a window. That's literally manifesting in a nutshell. It's like when you're manifesting something, you will work much more harder to make it happen and to make it work. And so I think it's really important to manifest things and to just write it down. It allows you to visualize your goals as well. And when you write things down, invite your subconscious to start brainstorming ways on how you can get there and how you can get what you're manifesting. So it's really, really important. And that's what I wanted to end off this episode with, is honestly that you are in charge of your own reality as much as possible. And of course, there is some, for the most part, we really are in charge of our destinies. And so it's so important to, and I hope that this year you're able to make better habits and you're able to add on to your already great habits. And for me as well, I'm going to find more things as well every single year that I'm going to adapt towards and I'm going to take into my next year. And so that's the beauty of things as well. And so I feel like sometimes a new year can give us a bit of a nice way to reset and just reconvene and realign ourselves towards who we want to become. I know it's very late, but late Happy New Year to y'all. And I just want to say thank you. And thank you so much for supporting this podcast so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I just, when I set up this little section that I get to film in, I always feel so healed. And what I've been telling my friends a lot is that this space has been so healing for me. And as much as it is comforting for others, which I'm very glad it is, it has been so comforting for me to be sitting here, being able to talk about self-improvement and giving advice and being able to tell my story. It's been such a great privilege and I'm very, very grateful for it. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you at least for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys again next week. And once again, if you guys can, just leave a little suggestion in the comment section. I read each and every single one and I am writing them down and I'm trying to plan out more episodes for you guys and I can't wait to keep creating. So I really, really appreciate you guys, and I'm going to be sharing my social links in the bio description below. And it's also going to be at the very end of this video. So make sure to check me out on all my social links. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful week. And thank you guys so much once again for tuning in to After Hours with Lana. You guys have a beautiful week. And I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye.